Hello, good day everyone. I am Jimmy Sibamet, your reporter for the topic of organic farming. So organic farming as a sustainable agriculture. So a sustainable agriculture is an agricultural system that enhances ecosystem health, relies on natural processes rather than synthetic chemicals and genetically modified organisms or GMOs. So which means from the words it only relies on natural so rather than using synthetic chemicals. So it is only relying on natural cycles like crop rotations, compost, and biological pest controls, like using natural predators for insect controls. For example, is growing vegetable using compost manure is also an organic. So rotating corn with beans and using some beneficial insect to eat or to control some destructive ones. Okay, so principles of organic farming. So this may include health, ecology, fairness, and care. IFOAM, or International Federations of Organic Agriculture. So it is a global organization that promotes and supports organic agriculture, involves in initiatives like creating organic standards, accrediting certifications, bodies, and developing markets for organic farming with a particular focus on farmers. So particular focus on the farmers on developing countries. So means IFOAM or International Federation of Agricultural Movement so focus on promoting and supporting organic agriculture. So with emphasis on sustainability, social justice, environmental stewardship, and support small scale and developing countries farmers. So four core principles established by IFOM. So International Federations of Agricultural Movement. So first is health, means of sustaining the health of soil, plant, animals, and humans as one and invincible, and by building rich living soil to produce nutritious high quality foods. So it is means that it only emphasizes the interconnectedness of the soil, plant, animals, and humans. So second is ecology. It is based on living ecological systems and cycle. So for example is recycling resources like compost and manure and adapting to local ecological conditions. So for example, so it is means nga nagagamit lang ang organic na pamaagi. So nagagamit lang tawag ka ng like organic na pamaagi like compost. So di ba? So like it is also to maintain the balance on ecology like either nakinabang ta sa mga resources nga wala kaayoy kuan pansamantala or kadaot or abuses ang dili kayo madaot ba. It is also a sustainable, di ba? Kay ang kuan man nato is ang organic agriculture man, so naga-promote tawag nga na. And then 3S fairness, by ensuring equitable relationships and respect for all stakeholders including environments. So it also provides decent living wage, humane treatment of animals, and transparency in supply chain. So from the word fairness, magatagtag examples like kanang ginahatag nato ang isa ka sweldo or benepisyo sa usa ka farmers. Like fair nga paghatag. Ingana pod sa kuan like unsay animals tratuhon pod og sakto, di ba? Fairness. Good. And then lastly is all about care. So means to manage in a precautionary and responsible manners to protect current and future generation by avoiding risky technologies like GMOs and preventing environmental damage. So from the word um, care, so makita nato nga it is usually means like manage preventing some technologies or makapreventa og some technologies nga makadaot. Iba dili ta kayo magamit og mga technologies nga makadaot like um, GMOs, di ba? Or genetically modified organisms. So means ginabuhat ni para ampingan ang atong palibot or kapaligiran or unsa pa na. Like kanang makadaot. And also it is a responsibilities to us to help protect the environment and also to promote sustainable agriculture for the future generations.
Compost and organic fertilizer. Composting is the managed aerobic oxygen required biological process of transforming raw organic materials into a dark, crumbly, nutrient-rich soil amendment called compost. Muna ang natural process of transforming organic materials such as mga dahon-dahon, panit sa prutas, o gulay, or anything nga malata into a compost, which is magamit nato para sa atong mga tanom as abono or as a soil amendments or soil conditioner. Organic fertilizer. Organic fertilizer are materials sourced from naturally occurring plants, animals, or minerals byproducts that are applied to the soil or plants to provide essential nutrients and sustain growth. So, si organic fertilizer sad comes from plants, animals, or minerals nga natural lang or wala na niagi og chemical process, di para lang sa synthetic fertilizer. Example ani is kaning animal manure, limestone, green manure, and compost. Biological pest control. This involves using natural enemies to manage pests, example including releasing beneficial insects like ladybugs or wasps to prey on common pests or planting trap crops to lure pests away from the main crop. So, simple ra kayo, using living organisms as agents para makontrol or ma-manage ang pest population. So, naay 3 ka agents ang biological pest control. So, first, kaning predators such as ladybugs, spider. Second, parasitoids such as wasp, flies. And last is kaning pathogens such as bacteria, fungus, and viruses. So, ang goal aning biological pest control is dili ang ma-eliminate ang tanang pest but ang ma-maintain lang ang population nila ug dili sila maka-cause og dakong damage sa crop. Crop rotation and diversification. So, crop rotation. Crop rotation involves planting different crops sequentially on the same plot to improve soil health, manage pests and weeds naturally, and optimize nutrient use. Example, planting legumes to naturally fix nitrogen in the soil. So, organic farming manggod is the most important thing ani is ma-maintain ang health sa soil. So, through aning crop rotation, makapahuway ang yuta, ma-recover niya ang mga nalos nga nutrients. So, usasad is maguba ang cycle sa pest, so dili sila kapadaghan ani. Diversification. Diversification involves growing different crops and strategically integrate a variety of practice at different scales to enhance biodiversity and soil health. Examples such as intercropping and strip cropping increases farm stability and ecosystem resilience. So sa organic farming, dili lang kay usar ka crop ka focus, dapat mo tanom sa multiple crops in the same field. So apply kanig intercropping. So in this way mas stable ang ecosystem sa imong farm. So balance yun siya. Use of indigenous microorganisms (IMO), fermented plant juice (FPJ), and vermicomposting. First, indigenous microorganisms (IMO) are a consortium, a community or mixture of beneficial microbes including bacteria, fungi, yeast, and protozoa that are native indigenous to a specific local environment such as farm soil, forest floor, or surrounding. So, kaning IMO is cultured beneficial microorganism. So, ito yung ginigpadaghan. Kanang naas picture, so kana, kita nyo. So, mo na ang example sa collection of IMO which is ang first stage. Mo na siya ang first stage. Kana siya is dili pa na magamit. Napanay 4 ka stages usa na siya magamit. Can serve as natural fungicide by suppressing harmful pathogens and enhancing the plant's own immune system. Dito sa gi-OJT na mo, nakasulay mig apply ani gi-spray ra na mo. Best time nga i-apply ni is sa hapon kanang wala na init. Fermented plant juice. Fermented plant juice (FPJ) is a natural enzyme and nutrient-rich liquid solution used as a biofertilizer and plant growth enhancer in sustainable agriculture, used in various applications such as foliar spray fertilizer and soil drains. Kaning sa fermented plant juice is natural fertilizer gikan sa plant parts like mga shoots, leaves, or buds. Dito sa among giudjetihan, ang gamit nga dito is kanang kitchen waste gikan sa fruits or vegetables. Kani siya is iponon ni dito nya ug dagan-dagan mga naipon nga kitchen waste is ana na siya i-ferment sa gulan og molasses og rodo din kabiran. After mga 2 weeks pwede na siya ma-harvest. Pigaan ni siya aron makuha tong juice sa fermentation. Vermicompost, a process that uses specific species of earthworm like red wingler, Eisenia foetida to break down organic waste materials into a rich nutrient-dense soil amendment called vermicompost or wormcasting. Kaning vermicomposting is another kind of compost na siya na gamit ani is a specific type of wate. Kanang wate is kanang gamit ani is kanang dili mo layas. Ang buhatan niya is iyang i-breakdown or kanon ang organic materials niya, ang iyang ipagawas is mao na ang vermicast, which is ang result siya ang gikaon. Kanang picture ninyo makita is mo ang example sa usage sa vermicast. Kana siya is combination na sa vermicast o garden soil and carbonaceous salt. Mo na common combination nga medium nga gigamit pampatubo sa seedlings.
Certification standard is requiring organic certification is crucial in organic farming since it provides transparency, credibility, and market access that violate products and genuinely organic in the Philippines. So organic certification is conducted under the two primary process. There are two primary processes, and first is the third-party certification. Mga third-party certification kita siya mo yung TPC. Then, ang participatory guarantee system, mga dito, PGS. So, first, DA, accredited third-party certifications body. Mga siya kita OCB. These are independent, professional, organic organizations that conduct formal audits for commercial skills operators. They are essential for market access to supermarket and for exports. So next, it's organic certifications of the Philippines, which OCCP and ICSI, a major local certifying body that worked with numerous Filipinos farm and profit processor. So 2 is Control Union Philippines, INC, CUPI, an international certifications body with local accreditations often handling operations with experts needs. So ang second, it's participatory guaranteed system. Monifikan sa katong true primary system. Ang kanisya mo siyang ikaduha ng participatory guaranteed system. Ano ito PGS? So, community-based review system where smallholder farmers and local stakeholders impact and certify each other. So, ang PGS is designed to be affordable and local focused on primary use for direct domestic market access, and relying on the community trust and shared responsibility in the Philippines. BAIBEFS formally accreditates these PGS groups. So, certification standard, kung ano siya sa compliance with the following core standard necessary for certifications. So, ang conversions period at land must undergo a conversion period to ensure it is free from systematic imports. One, ang conversion, if it took the conversions period is the time when you're switching from one system process or product to another, like switching to organic farming methods or converting a business to digital payments. In the context of organic farming in the Philippines, the conversion period is when a farm is transitioning from conventional to organic practice, typically taking 2 to 3 years to meet organic certification standards. So, and conversion period diri kay nakabutang kailangan must undergo a conversion period to ensure it is free from synthetic imports. So, mo to ako siyang kung effect of that about conversions period. So, there are 3 na dealing annual crops, perennial crops, and heavily treated land. So, if we talk that naasili kalayan silang tulo kay ang annual crops is at least 12 months before the start of the production cycle. So, ang kanilang perennial po kay at least 18 months before the first harvest. And then thirdly, it's heavily treated lots is nag-minimum siya to 3 years of organic management as required. So, if we took that prohibited substance, the use of synthetic pesticides, fertilizers, GMO, growth promoters, and antibiotics for prophylactic use is strictly prohibited. So F2 prohibited substance. This is our chemical or inputs banned in organic farming and production. Mga to katong like synthetics, pesticide, fertilizer, and GMOs. So in organic agriculture in the Philippines, prohibited substance included things like synthetic pesticide and fertilizer, genetically modified organism mo nang katong GMOs naman diri example. So naman diri ang ibasa, so third is artificial preservatives and additives.
First is buffer zones. Adequate buffer zones must be established to prevent contamination from adjacent to non-organic farms. So, buffer zone is kanang kinahanglan aron nga dili matakdan ang organic farm gikan sa silingan nga non-organic farms para makatabang usab kini sa kanang pagpugong sa contamination gikan sa pesticide o chemical fertilizer. Number two is soil and water management. Practices must maintain or improve soil quality, prevent pollution, and ensure a safety water supply. So, ang organic farms is kanang kinahanglan nga mag-practice og pamaagi nga mo preserve o mo improve sa soil quality. So, kinahanglan sab kini siya nga malikayan ang pollution aron masiguro ang limpyo nga water supply. Number 3 is record keeping and traceability. Detailed records all farms activities, inputs, harvest, and sales must be maintained to allow for full traceability and audit. So, kanang kumpleto nga record sa tanan nga farm activities, inputs, tanom or kanang baligya, kinahanglan nga i-maintain kay importante kini siya para sa traceability, auditing o certification. So, ang ikaapat, on-site inspections. The OCB conducts on-site inspection to verify compliance with the standard. So, buot ipasabot, ang organic certifying body maghimo og on-site inspection sa farm aron masiguro nga musunod gyud ang farmers sa organic standard. Label and market trends. So, in the Philippines, the term organic is legally regulated. Products marketed with this label must be certified by the government accredited body and display the official Philippines organic mark and certifier seal. Example, OCCP, ICSI, or a local PGS group seal. So, sa Pilipinas is regulated ra gyud ang paggamit sa mga puong nga organic kay gilimitan o regulate sa balaod. Para matawag nga organic ang isa ka product is kinahanglan kini nga i-certify sa isa ka government accredited agency. So ang product is kinahanglan nga mopakita sa Philippine market og certifier sales pananglitan kanang OCCP or ICSIO post seal. Kaduha, the market for organic products in the Philippines is trending upward. Sumisaka ang kanang market demand kay daghan ng consumers ang ganahan og misalig nga healthy ug safe ang environment friendly ang pagkaon. Sa ikatulong nga slide. So, organic label and market trends. Growth is driven by increasing consumers' awareness of health, food safety, and environmental issues. So, buot pasabot, misaka ang demand tungod sa kahibalo sa public health, food safety, ug environmental issues. So, ang ikaduha, the government via DE, NOP supports this growth through RE 11511. So, nagasuporta ang government pinaagi sa RE 11511 nga nagpalig-on sa organic agriculture. Yeah. Ang ikatulo, the market faces challenges with higher price points and input supplies. Demanding is strong and expanding into various products categories, creating opportunities for certified producers. So, bisan pa man nga na ay mga hagit sama sa kanang pagsaka sa price ug kulang nga supply sa organic inputs. Bisan ana kusog gihapon ang demand ug mitubo ang merkado sa lain-laing produkto. Maayo para sa mga producers nga certified.
Advantages environmental protection, yung mga organic ni siya, nag-isgot yung organic o makatabang sa atong yuta, mga katubigan, nga carbon sequences, kaya makatabang ni siya sa atong yuta ni siya. Ikaduha, biodiversity conservation, mo support sa kinadak ang variety nga beneficiary mga mananap, wildlife, and avoiding toxic chemicals kanang mga beneficial mga insect. May makapahimos kung ano yung mga diversity, conservation, support, or wider variety. Kanang variety ko klase ba siya sa kuan, yung pag-conserve sa mga yuta nga na mga tanom, na mga sagbot, nga mga insect makabenepisyo anak ng mga useful insect. Katulo, ang limpyo nga tubig, clean water, prevents synthetic fertilizer, makadipinsa sa mga synthetic fertilizer nga mukatap sa basak nga makadaot sa tubig, nga pollution ng tubig, madugay, hindi na kainom ang kabaw. Nga advantages po sa health benefits for consumer, bahin po sa produkto ni siya, ang mga katawhan kung natay produkto, mo exposure siya synthetic pesticide, maka minus is makadaot ng mga medisina kung hindi kayo magamit ng mga medisina, mga organic na gamiton. Medyo napoy mga vitamin kaya sakto yung makuha sa mga tawhan kay sud makayagot kay maglabag naman ng vitamin sa tanon o kanilang medisina mo na nga di ko andot di ingon diri nga mo reduce na us na ang mga kanang mga sakit exposure o kaduha premium market price due to higher production cost and consumer diversion certified organic product after command a premium price potential of offering better profitability for small farms. Mga gagmay mga mag-uma, epektibo kay ni siya nga mutaas ang produksyon. Mutaas ang produksyon sa mga gagmay mag-uma tungod kay nagamit og organic fertilizer product. Mo nagdaghan kay mga tawo mamalit aning way medisina.
Challenge: lower yield compared to conventional farming. While good organic management can often close the gap, some studies show initial or overall yield may be lower, which can be a barrier to rapid adoption. Mas ubos nga ani kumpara sa ordinaryo nga pambuhat sa uma. Bisan og maayo ang organic nga pamaagi usay mas ubos gihapon ang ani sa sinugdanan o sa tibuok panahon. Tungod ani, lisod para sa uban nga magdali og adapt sa organic farming. Labor intensive and certification cost. Replacing chemical weeding and pest control requires significantly more manual labor. Example, hand weeding and building compost. High cost associated with certification and organic inputs. Daghan og trabaho og mahal ang certification. Kung dili gamiton ang chemical para sa pagweed og pagkontrol sa pest, mas dako gyud og manual nga trabaho sama sa pagkamangweed o paghimo sa compost. Apektado pod kay mahal ang gasto sa certification ug uban pang organic sa inputs.
Local example, organic farm in Bohol. Agbang Farm and Forest Food located in Galapi, Bohol is a permaculture inspired from that focuses on cacao processing and other crops. Their chocolate and tablia were the first in the country to be certified organic under the PGS cream. So, nganong gi-consider ni nga organic eco farm. So, Akbang Farm is gimarkahan nga permaculture farm. So, og food forest. So gamit sila og natural, sustainable nga pamaagi sa pagtanom og wa sila nagdepende sa commercial chemical inputs. So naa sila'y tanom nga kakao para sa tablia ug sa chocolate. So naa sad ni sila'y lain-lain nga prutas, root crops ug uban pang tanom. So dili ra kay farm, naa sad sila'y kanang value added product. Local example, organic farm in Bukidnon. Umanika Eco-Cultural Farm, a farm resort and a learning site for organic agriculture, located in Palambong, Malaybalay City, Bukidnon. Its name means Farm of Peace and Joy in Visayan. Produce herbs and organic ingredients grown on site for its restaurant, cafe, and other products like teas and spread. So, nganong gi-consider ning organic eco farm? So, umanika Eco-Cultural Farm is naa sa Embalambong, Malaybalay City, Bukidnon. So, ilang tanom o produkto gikan sa ilang on-site garden, highland vegetables, herbs, prutas, natural farming o sustainable ang ilang gihimo. Di nagkuhan sa di sila og stainless bee, cute, nitebes para sa pollination. Usa ka pamaagi para sa organic. So dili depende sa chemical. So gisuportahan sad ang farm to able lifestyle. Adunay cafe, restaurant sa farm nga nag-offer og pagkaon nga gikan jud sa ilahang kanang farm produce. Local example, organic farm in Benguet. Lily of the Valley Organic Farm located in La Trinidad, Benguet. This farm grows various crops and offers farm stores, vegetables, picking, and accommodations. It also a certified school for agriculture, crop productions, and organic agriculture production. Then, ang Lily of the Valley Farm nahimutang sa La Trinidad sa usa ka lugar sa Benguet nga nagpromote jud og ganang organic farming. Then di ra kay tanom ang ilang kanang produkto. Gi offer usab nila nga bisitahon ang farm. Then meaning pwede siya mahimong demo farm ng learning site para sa uban nga interesado sa organikong panguma.
Organic Agricultural Act of 2010 RE 10068, also known as the Organic Agricultural of 2010, is a Philippine law that established a comprehensive framework to promote, develop, and commercialize organic farming practices nationwide. Primary goal: to promote organic agricultural systems that are ecologically sound, socially acceptable, and economically viable. So, RA 10068 is the law of the Philippines that established to promote or develop organic farming practices nationwide. That encourage farming methods using by like ecologically sound, good for our environment, and socially acceptable, that beneficial for our communities, and economically viable, that affordable and profitable to our farmers. Policy body: establish the National Organic Agricultural Board NOAB under the Department of Agriculture to oversee policy and program implementation. National program mandates a comprehensive National Organic Agricultural Program NOAP for research, education, and market development. Certification standards require mandatory certification, third party or PGS, for products labeled as organic to ensure authenticity and consumer trust. Organic Agriculture Law RA 11511. Republic Act No. 11511 amends the Organic Agriculture of 2010 to promote and develop organic farming in the Philippines. Primary goal: to foster sustainable organic agriculture, enriching soil, and increasing farming incomes. So, Republic Act No. 11511 is that act of 2010 that promoting and developing the organic farming in the Philippines, that for the sustainable organic agriculture and enriching the soil, and also for increasing farmer incomes. Key provision: the introduction of the Participatory Guarantee System (PGS) as an affordable local alternative to third-party organic certification for small farmers. Implementation: the law increased funding for the National Organic Agricultural Program (NOAP), expand the National Organic Agricultural Board (NOAB), and encourage local government units (LGU) to support organic initiatives. So this law wants farmers to use natural and safe farming methods without harmful chemicals so that the environment stay healthy, people get safer, and food farmers can earn well. And that's all. Thank you.